Hey everybody. I'm freezing. I'm really cold, but fortunately it's not that bad. I got the sun on me. Um, the wind is blowing. I'm gonna flip it around here because my audio is out of sync a little bit. But um, I'm gonna start releasing some video footage that I have kept secret for a really long time, and I called it the Out of the Ashes. I made quotes and references to this many years ago. But I am going to start releasing the video, and I'm going to flip it around here a little bit. And so you can kind of see the winds are really whipping, and the wind chill factor is probably about 30 to 28. And in this little area right here, and I'll talk about this in my video over and over again, I found a lot of neat stuff. A couple half dollars, quarters, dimes, melted stuff, um, just there's a lot of ash right here, so something burnt down here. I talk about that in my video. So here I am, fast forward, this is 2023. I'm still waiting on my Manicore, and you guys over Northwest Detectors, if you watch this video, I'm dying to get my order. So you should send us out an email update and let us know if you know anything about when those orders are going to be coming in, because this is one of the first areas that I want to bring the Manicore back if I can. They have actually started to close up a couple of the entrances into this field, and I'm afraid that it might be closed off for good sometime really soon. So I'm really hoping to get that Manicore so I can run through a little bit of this area to see if it has better separation, because I've actually gone through this area with the small sniper coil, and you know, I didn't really think I found much more. I had to go back and, well, I'll release those videos. We'll watch it again together, because it's been a long time since I've watched those videos. But here I had a signal. It's kind of this is the weird thing, and I've talked about this, but here you have so much garbage. There are literally school supplies that have been burnt and buried. So pencil tops, pencils, or not pencils, but scissors, and all kinds of this and that. So there's so much um, nails and screws and everything that have been just buried, that you'll get so much, you'll get high tones. And if you hear a high tone, you'd better dig it, because it's probably a coin, whether it be a wheat penny or a silver, being masked around some iron. Now the weird thing was, I just dug this hole, and I pulled this out, and at first glance I thought it was a piece of wood, but it's freaking me out, because it looks more like bone. You can see it's hollowed out where it's like bone marrow and bone marrow. And like I said, something burnt down here many years ago. But there is melted silver here, so there is some melted pieces of silver that I have dug out of this ground. So I know that it had to have been a fire sometime, maybe in the 60s. But, is this animal? Did a human being get burned here and never recovered? Honestly, I don't know. But it just kind of freaked me out a little bit, creeping me out a little bit, because I've tried calling the fire department to find out some history about any of this, and they couldn't help me. So I left it at that. I'm going to keep digging. I got a high tone, iffy high tone. It could have been this screw. I'm going to keep digging and see what's in here. Well, that first hole I dug yielded 3 pieces of iron, pretty good sized bolt. That's where I think the high tone was coming from. Got a coin there, and a little rivet from a jacket. It's the first thing I found. This is penny size. Just a stinking Lincoln though. But these don't come in very good. So I am hunting, and I'm going to try a little bit of auto sensitivity since there is so much trash here. And if the auto sensitivity picks up a good tone, that's probably going to be a little bit more assurance than if I were going in manual sensitivity, where I'll get just an overload of all. There's so much trash in here. So I'm going to try that a little bit. I know I've tried that in the past, but we'll see what we can do. I was really hoping that this was going to be at least a weedy when I saw the size of it, but it's just a memorial. All right, so I'm into some ash already. You can see the ash right there. So that's part of the ash. I can also see, like, right here, some pencil lead. And I got a couple pieces of little iron out there, just flakes of iron. But you just never know what you're gonna get in these. When you find something, you could go, it could just be like you're digging to China or a rabbit hole, because who knows how far this trash hole goes. And I've never really kept digging, but I have dug quite a bit. You'll see in the videos. Just a bunch of little iron pieces, some glass, but there's more in the hole. But I'm gonna put the plug back together and see if that high tone's still in there. But from here on out, I'll only start the video up if I find something good. But I did get ash here, which is unusual up on the slope, because I usually find the ash more right at the very bottom of the slope and on the flat side, like right in here. So a bunch of ash. So, all right, let's see if I can find something worthy of video. Well, I just dug 2 big holes, and again, the problem is the pinpointer. Now, the pinpointer doesn't distinguish ferrous and non-ferrous. Now, I think the MineLab pinpointer does. Is that correct? Pinpoint if you're getting gets a different tone if you're hitting non-ferrous, ferrous, conductive. Anyways, so there's so much trash, right? I'm surprised I missed this last time. It's a big old piece of metal. But nails, bolts, pieces of fragments of this and that. I did see, I found one thing of interest that I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is. It almost looks like a bullet casing shell, but it's not. So I have to see if I can clean that up a little bit and see if I can figure out what that is. It almost looks like one of those little small, like, lipstick tubes. But, so what I've been doing is grabbing handfuls of ash, seriously, and then running it over my coil to see if there's any tone in it. So, yeah, it's kind of a nightmare doing this. But I have pulled out quite a few coins, but you just have to dig, and literally mounds and mounds of ash, and lots. You got to definitely wear gloves because there's lots of broken glass. This one actually had a piece of porcelain I threw back in the hole. I am every piece of metal that I do pull out, I do take with me. I've had boxes and full, but I am leaving the glass. I used to take the glass in the past, but I'm kind of leaving those now in here. But there was a piece of porcelain in here. Sucks. But like I said, this is one of the first places I do want to bring. It's on the top, like my top 5 places that I want to bring the Manticore to, because, you know, I'm just really curious to see how what, if anything else, I could pull out of here, because I've been here so many times, so many times. One, it was close to my old home, and two, it was a very small area. So I've been here lots and lots of times, and like I said, regular coil, small coil, I've done it all. I've gridded off this whole thing, and I was actually super surprised that I found that memorial penny back there a little while ago, but you know, it's a memorial. So anyways, let me box up my garbage. I'll put that in my good bag. I don't know what it is yet, so we'll see. Well, I wish I could say this was fun, but I didn't really find anything. I don't know. Just if I had an urge to come back to this spot, I've ignored this spot for a long time because I've pounded it so hard. But I wanted to come back. They've altered it a little bit. The fence line used to be on the other side of that tree, so I used to go back a little bit more, maybe 15 feet, or maybe up to that brick wall right there. I used to go that way a little bit. And there used to be a building right there, and that's gone. I think it probably would be a cafeteria or an old gymnasium. It used to be right there, and the double doors used to come out right here. But this is the area where there's all this ash. And I have found silver rings here and bracelets, and like I said, a couple $50, quarters, dimes, jewelry, just odds and ends. I mean, really. Well, hey, I'm going to stop talking and maybe get on with the show. Out of the ashes. I got a spoon. A lunch spoon. Found a few of those in the past here. Alright, well, I was getting a nice high tone. There's always some. Listen, let me listen. Everywhere I go in the hole, it's just sounding off. This was the first thing I found in the hole right here. Looks like a cigarette, maybe a spinner or something. I don't know what it is, but that was the first thing. Anyways, I'll keep digging in here and see if there's anything worthwhile, but heading out, and just a little bit more from this little area, but still would still like to find some weedy aerosaur.